Oh, we're doing more testing. It is August 4th, 1:40 in the afternoon, Central Standard Time. Um, doing more testing on voice comms with Apical and Sindar. OSP team is Hunter, Prophet, Xenophon, and Hardworking Slacker. Pretty sure they're gonna have a real rough time of things. So I'm bringing double battleship because the battleship's armor is super strong that I don't think DC really matters that much, even though the repair threshold is pretty good as well. And I wanted 2 beams on the field on extremely tanky hulls. And this is a bit of a meme, and I think it's going to be super busted and good proof that
Turning up the engines now. Yes, Commander.
armor is a problem on this hull.
Right
60
away.
centimeters of armor, specifically.
Aye, Commander.
We'll see. Hunter wanted to test out some stuff as well against battleships, so we'll see that as well.
Playing Alliance missiles, so... Dark,
What's up?
you're a devil.
Yep.
In the best way possible, I fucking hate you.
Thanks, Viv.
And I love you at the same time.
Awaiting your orders, Commander.
So many sprinters.
And they all have TLS-3 on the butt. You can turn off your comms.
Jeez.
Awaiting orders, Commander.
Those battleships must not have a lot in them.
Probably a little bit of point defense.
Got 8 rapids.
Damage control. There's no point defense. Well, I guess it has 2 big dual-purpose guns if you want to get technical. That requires micro.
I just don't think it's gonna be an issue. I mean, if I get like the absolute shit missiled out of me, then that's just what happens to battleships anyways.
What are our orders, Commander?
And so just completely throwing away most of the damage control and all the insides. I have 2 hulls with 60 centimeters of armor on them.
Awaiting orders, Commander.
And I don't think anything's going to be able to do appreciable damage to 2 of them. So it means I have 4 beams on the field. I even have a couple FPAs in these.
Do I throw a bad missile or a better missile?
With a bunch of rapids. I also think I have a small workshop, maybe? No. That actually would be a really good idea. Dump one of the rapids for one of those. I just don't think these are going to be
Quiet.
meaningfully
Commands on the
killable with the state of their armor.
Wait, how do I launch as a...
line. Standing by.
Oh, I'm stupid. This is a direct missile.
We hear you, Command. We're underway.
That will do it.
I will do it.
I brought 2.
Oh, nice. You're getting onto Echo.
Uh-oh.
We're underway.
Will be excellent.
I'm grabbing E.
Those are,
Moving.
those are probably monitors.
I already missed my play
Heading there now, Commander.
for Charlie.
They're firing grape shots, so yeah. Probably monitor.
Swapping to flank to start pushing in. Can't help you.
We are securing zone eclipse.
Quiet. Command's on the line. Ready.
We're back in yes with that dog, but my cruisers are so far behind, it's not even gonna make a difference.
Yes, Commander.
We are securing zone boxer.
We hear you, Command.
I see.
Send
This
your
one's
traffic.
technically armed.
We shouldn't all go to Echo. Need some people to cap Bravo and then cap Alpha. Although we do
I'm
have an
gonna
A
start
cap on Delta,
moving
which
into
is
Dagger.
nice.
Okay.
It's up. They're launching. Launching mines with daggers. So I'm just gonna pull my A cap out.
The enemy
No,
is
finish.
securing
Get the
zone
cap.
dagger.
Get the cap. It takes
I can't.
several minutes for it to arm. Oh, I see what's happening. Oh, this doesn't have any radar on it. Okay, I wasn't able to see that. Yeah, so this is why it's important to arm your ACAP.
Awaiting your orders,
Yeah.
Commander.
We have secured Zone Eclipse.
Standing by.
So what's in those torps?
Decoys.
Oh, that is the end of that bulk freighter.
We have secured Zone Boxer.
Okay.
What are our orders, Commander?
Yeah.
7723 is disabled. If you can put fire on him.
Yeah.
You're way ahead of everyone else, dude.
Yeah, sadly my guns are
That's
AK
it.
range.
Awaiting
Yeah, it's
orders,
fine.
Commander.
Don't worry.
The
My
enemy
ships are
secured
steaming
Zone
towards you though,
Dagger.
so if they can somehow manage to get there, that'll be good.
Probably be able to get
There's
up there
also
eventually.
cellos.
Is this, what was 7723 firing? It's firing plasma. Okay, that's good. Just be sure to keep your
Yeah.
ships alive.
Yeah, 5616 on a cello.
I'm not quite sure how to influence the battle from this point, but I'm sure I am wasting my money not doing so. So let's see what I can do.
Heading there now, Commander.
3 of those?
Cap Alpha, yeah. That's exactly.
I'm already moving to Alpha.
It's great. Yeah, I see.
I'm more mean with my missiles.
You don't have to fire them off rip. In fact, firing them immediately is usually very wasteful and a bad idea. Saving them for the right moment is important.
Yeah, I'm gonna be targeting 5273.
We hear you, Command.
Dive cover.
Oh, I know what this is. I think this is plasma and 450.
Turning
It
up
is.
the engines now.
Interesting play.
You heard the orders.
Oh, there's a
Let's
plasma
go.
ship got fucking wrecked.
Executing your orders. Awaiting your orders, Commander. Turning up the engines now. Incoming enemy fire. We've lost a component.
Bugs up there as well? Interesting.
Watch it,
Enemy
they've got
jammer.
450s, they've got the big gun that hard counters extras.
Which ship has it?
Send your
I'm
traffic.
trying to pull the bulkers to you guys.
I'm gonna finish off 7723 in a moment because he's the only target I've got in range.
Heading there now,
Move my
Commander.
A-cap into A. It's finally doing its job.
Locked on target. Send your traffic. Gaining fire control solution. We hear you, Command.
That is an actual 4D2.
We're underway. Moving to that position. Quiet. Command's on the line.
Gonna try and take out 7933 37.
Moving to that position. Heading there now, Commander. We're underway. You heard the orders.
No, I'm spotted. Interesting.
Roger that.
Alright, the mine's over there.
What are our orders,
Oh shit, that's
Commander?
right. Fuck. I don't have anything that can clear out those mines, so.
We'll be there before you know it.
Come again?
Up the engines now.
I don't have anything that can clear the mines, unfortunately.
I don't either. I could push my A-cap in there if you want.
Course laid in.
And
I mean, I have
delete the
a bunch
mines
of
for you.
A-caps anyway.
Okay.
Jeez.
Quiet. Commands on the line. Ready. Locking target. Firing on that target.
I'm just gonna save my missiles until like way later.
Player, you really gotta fix your fucking mic, dude.
Yeah.
Executing your orders. Acknowledged. Course laid in. Course laid in. Heading there now, Commander.
Oh!
We're being jammed. We hear you, Command. Course laid in.
Yeah, they're pushing on
Standing
E-Dark.
by. Maybe a
That's
different
it?
way, Commander? Engaging target. Target locked.
That's behind a rock, right?
They're gonna learn today.
Most of the time, yeah.
Engaging.
Try and knock out the tugboats.
Brace for impact. They're gonna learn today. Yes, Commander. Right away. Turning up the engines now. We're locked on target. We are en route, Commander. Lock on warning.
We are securing Zone Atlas.
Incoming enemy fire. Target lost. Establishing lock. Engaging target. Engaging target. Target lock broken. Holding fire. We're underway.
Well, I'm targeting that one.
Ready. Locking them up.
I hate tumbleweed.
Awaiting your
I
orders.
don't think I'm doing too well myself.
You heard the orders. Let's go. Standing by.
We have secured Zone Atlas.
Heading there now, Commander. Awaiting your orders, Commander.
And
Target lock achieved. We're underway. We are en route, Commander. Moving. Being targeted.
I just
Course
hope this
laid in.
actually works.
Moving. Lost the target. We hear you,
Setting
Command.
that up took me longer than my fucking...
We're underway.
It took my shit to get down here.
You heard the orders. Let's
the
go.
newbie is not doing too well.
Establishing lock. They're gonna learn today. Establishing lock. They're gonna learn today. Firing on that target. We're taking internal damage. Module lost. Target lock achieved. Target confirmed. Yes, Command? They're gonna be dust bunnies. They're gonna be dust bunnies. We hear you, Command. Tracking target. Now let's finish them.
Not sure what this is, but it's about to have a very bad day.
Confirmed. Ready.
Hopefully I've
We're
suddenly
getting there.
turned bulk threat with all the plasma.
Energy systems online. They're gonna be dust bunnies. Get us moving.
I think they've breached the entire front line of the Rhine, because it's just lost tons of its components all of a sudden.
We are en route, Commander.
Why am I just continuously missing?
Brace for enemy fire.
I'm very worried about this.
Overload in a couple seconds.
Oh, that's a gunshot.
Our target's locked in.
Can
Yes,
anyone
Command?
get a good visual on the ships ahead of me, because I am
Alright,
getting
changing position.
hammered by them.
Let's move, let's
I'm
move.
pretty sure the
We'll try. Executing.
Oh yeah, my missiles all died, didn't they?
Weapons locked. Can't hit that from here. Moving there now. Make it quick. We need to move now. Yes, Command?
Right, more fucking lines.
Okay.
Lock on warning. Moving there now.
The enemy is securing Zone Atlas.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop that myself.
Module lost.
Alright, so how to play a battleship. You choose to not die, and that's kind of
Missile
it.
lost. Spiker, inbound.
How do you choose to not
Alright,
die?
changing position.
By choosing a
the
battle
battle.
suit.
Okay, that's not good.
Because it
On
has
the bright.
a shitload of armor. And
Yeah, on the bright.
Executing.
please fire
Wait,
your top
System
gun.
lost. Engaging.
Okay.
System lost.
See back in.
Missile. Enemy missile.
I don't know if my
On a static.
damage control teams are going to be able to save
Engaging.
Rhine that's going nuclear and
Acknowledge.
magazines are going off.
Module lost.
Oof.
Yeah, they're covering the minefield at D, so I can't even get in a suicide cap on it.
Find covering.
Ready to fire. Send it.
It looks mildly tasty.
Aye, Commander.
Wait, I forget, did I?
Roger that.
Can I see what my missiles are for a warhead? Okay, yeah, I can.
Acknowledged. Aye, Commander. Internal damage.
Yeah, both my ships are down. On the bright side, I can confirm that heavy cruisers can actually take a beating again.
3
Roger that.
missiles.
Ready to fire.
Trying.
Internal damage.
Big dog. Those things are still going despite how little was in them.
Brace for enemy fire.
Yep.
Internal damage.
Stuff like this.
Moving on your waypoint.
And I've also been just getting free farmed by 450 for a little bit here.
Orders confirmed.
Because I didn't realize I was getting shot.
I might just pull out my battleship for the next round.
Ashland's gonna bloom in a second.
That was the right going up.
Internal damage. Send it.
The enemy is securing Zone
Moving
Box.
there now.
So how much of their
Next
fleet did we even
front
knock
line.
What are
out?
our orders? What are our
Not
orders?
that much. We haven't really dealt any damage.
I think we've dealt damage, I just don't think we've knocked them
Module
with
has
clean
been
blows.
destroyed. Target lock confirmed. We can't hit them. It's not looking good. System lost. Get us moving. Module lost. Module lost. We're blind. Fire! Lights are back on. Rack 'em up. They have us in their sights.
The enemy secured zone boxer.
Great, I missed.
All agents.
What, with your better missile?
Make it
With
quick.
the better missiles.
Yes.
Ah.
Our component is destroyed. Module lost.
Not landing on locks. Oh, good. That's fun.
We're losing modules. Internal damage.
I'm gonna rebuild my beam battleship at this rate.
There's our
looking at
target.
Those two
We're
cheap
being
ones.
locked. We'll do it.
I just have too much armor. There's almost no damage coming into me.
System
I have
lost.
very little DC, and it doesn't matter.
System lost.
Which is exactly why not
We're
bring
running
a
out of
fleet back
power.
that battleship and see how long that
We'll
lasts.
try. Where'd they go?
Well, we already know real BB builds. Just like, let's
We'll try.
To be fair, it's actually kind of
Okay,
worrying
hold
that a BB can take
Power's
that
back
much
on.
punishment.
Yep, that's a problem.
Internal
Are
damage.
those going
Where
to...
are we coming
Okay,
from?
no, they're not.
Because I think that all four of them are,
Go ahead.
they're all pouring
to
into
us.
your
Power's
battleship and
on.
it's just slugging on.
Yeah, well, it's just not taking much damage because it has absurd armor, and even with the plasma,
We're losing
it's not
components.
doing enough until I get just completely plasmed.
Looks
You
like
don't
some.
We're losing components.
I think
No.
you missed with those missiles again.
Oh my
We're
god.
losing
This
components.
is
Yeah,
why I
look-
don't play missiles.
The
It
reactor's
looks
not
like
looking
they
good.
finally.
Yeah, I'm
Ran
gonna
out.
die.
Power's back on.
No,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Internal damage.
I have a
We
beam.
need to move now.
I'm not gonna achieve anything with these missiles, so I might as well use the beam.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just launch them point blank, then they'll work.
Hi, Commander. Make it quick.
The enemy is securing zone Atlas.
Component wrecked. Our component is destroyed. Energy systems online.
We do need a
Component wrecked.
The enemy is securing
Ah.
zone Eclipse.
What do you want?
AMMs.
Yeah.
System
To be
lost.
fair, if they sent a lot of missiles at your battleship, it probably would have died a lot quicker.
Yeah, but like we already know this. We already know that missiles are really strong against battleships, and they did. They dumped a bunch of torpedoes into both ships,
Component wrecked.
and it wasn't that big of a deal because the big guns couldn't get through the armor to finish any of the components
Losing
off.
modules.
So the damage control teams fix everything up again.
Yeah. Even the shitty little rapids
Power's on.
were able to do work because the armor is preventing any incoming damage
Enemies
until
secured zone
there's
Atlas.
just an absurd amount of blast.
System lost. Internal damage.
He's out of AMMs, it seems.
I should have
I'm
just
not
charged
fucking-
into these fucking mines. It doesn't hurt that much.
The enemy secured zone Eclipse.
Go ahead.
Oh, they're still alpha with it anyways.
Make it quick.
Ah, yeah, my one battleship is structure broken,
System lost.
and it's
Ah.
still not in that much trouble because the armor's still getting
Module lost.
deflections.
Which one's
Talk to
this?
us.
The Ray
Incoming.
Right?
on Echo.
Talk to us. Send it. Our component is destroyed.
We are
Make it
securing
quick.
Zone Dagger.
Our component is destroyed. Talk to us.
They have a few missiles left.
Component wrecked. We're losing components. Component wrecked.
Is Ray dead?
Component
It's
wrecked.
dead.
Ready.
I mean, it's still alive.
We're losing
Technically.
components.
Yeah.
What are DC teams even fixing?
Citadel, Whiplash, Dragonfly. Magazine reinforced.
What?
We have
The gun's still
secured Zone
running?
Dagger.
No. No guns.
So as long as you've got restores, you can repair the outside of the ship.
I don't have any
You
resources.
don't need.
Talk to us.
But yes.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Waiting orders, Commander.
The internals aren't using up the restores.
Yeah.
A bad missile might actually just prove useful.
Component wrecked.
Yeah.
On it, Command.
The enemy is securing
Bumped him.
Zone Dagger.
Nice.
Bumped his PD off.
Ah, give me back
That was luck.
beam.
That was pure luck.
Hell yeah.
Send
Oh,
it.
I'm out of
now,
defense.
now the Rex is structure broken. So, because of the high damage or the high armor, even with the plasma, the opposing team isn't
Job.
confident in their ability to use HE, so they have to use AP.
Zone Dagger.
So they have really crappy damage output, and Rapids can just deal with that.
Yeah. I think battleships need to just be brought down a little bit more because
58 or
Waiting orders,
56.
yeah, 58 or 56. It's just gonna. No.
I'm done for.
Yeah. The
What is it,
Axfords are
Command?
decently. No, it's not.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
absolutely.
done for after eating a lot of fire, which, I mean, is fair, but also, holy shit, I suck at missiles.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the Axfords are decently tough enough that they can take a fair bit as a heavy
Ready.
cruiser should, but they're not invincible.
Are you gonna be able to take Bravo, dog?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes,
as
Commander.
long as there's something that doesn't have any guns on the point, I can take it just fine.
Yeah. It actually doesn't take them too long to melt through a heavy cruiser's armor still, which isn't a bad thing.
Waiting orders, Commander.
Still
What are
ridiculous that Rex and Ray are still alive after the pounding they took.
Yep. Just constant fire from the entire enemy team.
Brace for impact.
are
Wasn't
securing zone
particularly
boxes.
tough after all, huh?
Enemy lock confirmed. Abandoned ship. Get to the lifeboat.
Oh, Ray just got finished off.
We've got incoming fire. Orders, command. Missile inbound.
Let's just go ahead and deflect all these
Lost
shots.
the module.
Yeah.
A component has been
Oh, they
destroyed.
finally killed Ray.
Yeah.
She's going down. Get the hell out of
Ah, and
here.
I got Rex too.
Yeah, the Deborah isn't long for this world, is it?
Definitely not. It's really got a critical.
We are securing zone common.
Well, now we know. Now
Yeah,
we know that the
it's-
problem is in fact armor.
It's definitely armor. And very little damage control, and it just didn't matter.
But I think we could have told that after the dual boxes I brought that other game. So I guess they kind of didn't get shot as much.
Yeah.
Suboptimal calibers, because I faked them being boxes and did so at least moderately successfully, so maybe not. Either way, now we have confirmation.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go up to the waiting room.
Out of curiosity, was there a plan for how hard you were YOLOing?
Yeah, I don't know, man. This was not a very good test.
No, the idea was that, well, I don't know what the fuck the rest of the team was doing, but on the battleship front, the idea was that I can just have 2 hulls with 60 armor that's going to deflect most of the damage they take. And that's going to be really busted and powerful, and having very little DC is a matter.
And yet you still
that's what
repaired
turned out.
nearly 6,000 between the two of them.
Yes.
Why
Yes.
is it always
5.2K.
6,000?
Yes.
Because it has to do with team survivability.
That is correct. But I also had way more rounds come in, and so many deflections.
It's true, but it
I
will
don't
not
know, man.
do if they have dedicated tools, and also you basically had no team support, so you were just sort of all in there.
Yeah.
Slayer kind of killed themselves on your sword, and then the Beam BBs were kind of alone, and it's rough.
Yeah, and I feel like if we had to work together just a little bit and not just YOLO'd, it would have been a very different game. Because if those plasma liners get taken out, then you're done.
Right.
Game's
Well,
over.
we also had 3 plasma liners. This is kind of what I was trying to see here, is what you kind of need to be able to beat this. And I mean, I don't really like this team comp that we played against to begin with anyways, because I think it's a little ridiculous just bringing 2 empty battleships. I don't think you can claim that armor is the problem from this game. That's just not.
I think you can, because they had low damage control and managed to just ignore a colossal volume of fire from 4 different directions. These were fully surrounded.
Man.
I was getting hit on top and port and starboard and nose on for most of that fight.
Yeah, and your ships also were kind of not really a threat for most of the game as well. Like, they got disabled fairly quickly. Like, I don't know.
It's very hard to evaluate because there were a lot of things going on. You were like very outgunned, and admittedly, you kind of died in a way that these ships often don't, but you also didn't have any restores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Took a fucking structure break to kill these.
I want to
mean,
point out
Structure broken.
I want to point out that I think most of the rest of the team played very suboptimally. I can't really comment on the Corvettes because I don't know what those do, but the CHs engaged without major support from the battleships when I checked, and my CH was played by a first timer in missiles on Tumbleweed, which in retrospect was a bad idea.
Yeah, and I was using untested heavy cruiser designs that I didn't like too much.
Yeah. Basically, your team all went in one by one to a remarkable degree. The 250s went in completely solo. Meanwhile, Sindar was like nowhere nearby. And it just sort of all chained in the worst way.
Yeah, and all of OSP was able to focus fire the same ship over and over and over again. Like, there were certain times we were engaging different things, but the bulk of our forces were either shooting the battleships or the Axfords at the same time.
Yeah. I think there was a single point where we weren't engaging like one single fleet with 3 of our fleets at the same time, at least.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that proves my point even more then, because yeah, the Axfords got melted and destroyed, but the battleships didn't. It took so long for them to get taken out. The only reason I wasn't able to do that much is because I only had beams, and y'all held the range really well.
But Dark, like, battleships already take a lot to get K killed anyways. Like, you were mission killed pretty quickly. You weren't really able to do very much that game. You got torpedoed, you got gunned all at the same time. Like, that doesn't really tell us anything.
It doesn't
I
tell
feel
us
like-
If he got mission killed so quickly, that's an indication though that damage control doesn't do that much in active combat.
But he doesn't have
kind of
damage
fun.
control because it's 2 empty VVs, so we
Yeah,
don't know
he
that.
doesn't have DC.
We literally
Yeah,
don't
like, I
know
think-
that.
He has
I
rep.
He
think
has
if Dark
literally
had
no
brought
DC.
DC, I think if Dark had brought DC on like
Didn't he
one
bring a
single
shitload of
strong
damage?
battleship, it probably could have done a lot of damage there.
It would have done better. It still would have died in that situation. There was too much crossfire. You guys were too split up, and we were able to engage a single fleet at the same time. Like, there was a couple of things going on there too. Like, I really don't think that game was a good example of saying one thing or the other, because you were engaged in 3v1s largely throughout the entire game. We held range way better than you. Like, we just, our gameplay was just, yeah, it's not really that representative.
Yeah, I'll bring out one of my capital battleships next round for a test.
I would like to try the missiles again on a map that's.
Alright. There's that. Next game. Enjoy. Bye. I think they're missing the core problem, but so much of what was shot at me just bounced. Didn't matter. Normally when you kill a battleship, actually I'm gonna go in here. So normally when you like K-kill a full battleship, you deal roughly 25,000 damage to it. Those are dying at 20,000 damage, but they were still taking, which is less, they're still taking way more overall bullets than a normal battleship does. And that's where I'm coming at. The armor being too strong.
That is part of that is armor. I'm not going to deny that, but I just don't like. This is not a representative game.
It's not. This is not a standard game, but I still think you can learn a lot from it just by those numbers in the closing screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I wish we had a metric of like how many shell impacts a ship took, because I bet it would be well over like 2,000 for each of those battleships for just of.
No, it wasn't, because we can actually count how many rounds we fired and see how many, and then separate that among. Like, dude, I fired 232 shells approximately per LN for AP. So between two of my ships, that's actually less than 500 rounds of AP. I only used HE. Well, I used some HE on the BBs later, but I only really used HE on the Axfords. And between both battleships, I used 450 AP rounds. That's not a lot. That's
Okay, that makes sense. Then I was on my Acellas, I think I used pretty much all of my ammo. I was carrying 300 AP and 200 HE per, or other way around, 200 AP, 300 HE per. And I think I used probably 900 of that, 1,000.
Yeah, so well, I'm looking at it right now. You used 152 AP. How many were you shooting HE at the battleships at any point?
I was once they were very plasmid.
That's
Okay.
fascinating because the HE still did less damage per hit.
Then yes, yeah,
Yeah,
that is one
yeah.
thing to know.
So like the AP
So I
is
think the AP is probably just always better against battleships.
well now, yeah.
Yes,
It
I
always
also,
has been.
I just want to say
At least
too, Dark,
backtracking.
like
Yeah.
a lot of the damage that you're taking is also from torpedoes. Like torpedoes, the damage that the torps did is gonna add on like a few, like 4,000 to 5,000 damage. And whether or not that was super effective to you or not is like entirely up to debate as well. Like that's you're gonna get higher damage received numbers from missiles than you are from guns. If we only shot you with guns, those damage received numbers would be lower.
I think is more indicative of we're being really powerful. Because considering how much I got shot, if ostensibly I took even less damage from bullets and it still took that much firepower to do as much damage as it did, so let's say we take 15,000 damage from bullets. That's I was getting shot at constantly the whole match.
At most, it would be that.
And
you
it
still
was
repaired 5,000 and 5,000.
Yeah, and a
like,
main batch battleship will probably repair around 2.5 to 3,000, and take 10k more to kill. But these still survived longer.
Testulous?
Yes, I don't disagree with you, but I think that you're jumping to a conclusion and saying that the problem is the armor when it's not. It's both. The fact that it's armor and repair, and it's impossible to actually tell the difference here, really. I don't like you. These damage numbers are so high because you got hit by multiple things, and also because of armor and max repairability. It's not one or the other.
Right. So that all work together. Yes. To make the battleship really strong. What I'm saying is the armor is overwhelmingly more effective than
overwhelmingly
the repair threshold.
I think what it comes down to is if we can have one or the other, we'd rather have the one that makes the battleship more forgiving. And I think that's repairability threshold.
I really
Does
don't
that make
want
sense?
the battleship to be able to do what it did in that battle and just walk around.
And
I mean,
that's more from
then
the
we
armor
nerf the
than
armor, and then
anything
it
else.
takes more damage from other sources. From all
Yeah.
kinds of sources, rather.
I do not see Testulous.
It's because it's not up yet. Let me finish this up. Alright, so that was that. Now here's the actual end of the game. And we're going into a new one. Doodles.